What is up, Bills Mafia? Welcome back to another edition of the Go Bills podcast. Not the half that the Buffalo Bills were looking for in that half. A lot of things to talk about today. Just not the start of the game that we were looking for. The Bills came out in that zone coverage, and what happened was the Cincinnati Bengals took what the defense gave them, and they went out and they started firing. And then Leslie Frazier and the defense started to adjust their scheme. And they did a better job of playing the press man coverage like we talked about earlier in the pregame show. And they did a better job getting back into control. But the Bills are trailing at the half 17-7. And there's an opportunity for the Cincinnati Bengals to go back down the field and put up more points. Just not the start of the game that the Bills were looking for. A lot to clean up. A lot of stuff that could have happened better for the Bills. Let's go to the comments on YouTube. Nickel City Mafia said, man. And I totally agree with him. Let's go up the stats overall in the game. Josh Allen is 10 of 17 for 111 yards overall. Leading rusher is James Cook with 4 carries for 15 yards. Gabe Davis leading the way at receiver, 2 catches for 34 yards. Second is Stephon Diggs with 3 catches for 27 yards. And then leading the way in tackles is Tremaine Edmonds, 8 tackles, 1 assist overall, along with Matt Milano with 6 tackles, 2 assists, and a sack in the game. Just not the start of the game that we were hoping for, but I think the Bills can make some halftime adjustments. The biggest thing is going to have to be making sure that you have that press man coverage to start the game, and I think that that's going to be the best way to figure out this defense. And then second is going to be the Bills getting off the field on third down. It's been a struggle a little bit, but I think that the Bills can turn it around, and I think they're going to be much better in this game. Just like I said, not the start of the game that we were hoping for. It got off to a rough start, but I think Buffalo can get back into it. Nickel City Mafia said, rough start. Bills get the ball to open the third, must get a touchdown. Completely agree with you there, Mike. That's a good point. Is we get the ball to start the third quarter, Buffalo will have to get their offense going, and that's the biggest thing is Buffalo hasn't been able to get their receivers going to start the game, and I think that we need to get Stephon Diggs involved in the game a little bit more. And that's going to have to happen with moving him inside too. I know that Mike Hilton is a good cornerback, but I do think the Buffalo is going to have to move Stephon around the line. I did like the play overall, and I don't know how everybody else feels, but I did like the play of Khalil Shakir in the first half. I thought that he did a really good job, and he's kind of taken over that slot receiver role from Isaiah McKenzie, but I like that the Bills are mixing in McKenzie as well as Beasley and Shakir in this game. Overall, other adjustments that the Bills are going to need to make, they're going to have to get more pressure on the quarterback. They're not doing a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback in this game. And I know that the Bengals have 3 offensive linemen out, but we got to get to the quarterback. We got to make sure that we're disrupting passes. And I don't know if it's going to have to be with bringing more guys in there to blitz Joe Burrow, but we got to get to the quarterback. And I think that the interior defensive line isn't getting the job done. But it seems like in these situations, it seems like Jordan Phillips is just a little too high. He's not getting low enough to where he's making an impact in the blocking and trying to get to the pass rush. But overall, just not the start of the game, but they're coming back. I think they're going to be back into this game. I know Buffalo is a second half team, so I think we'll be back to normal very shortly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter, as well as on the new website, gobillspodcast.com. If you click on over to that website, you can find all our upcoming schedules for events that we're going to be doing, such as lives with guys like the Nickel City Mafia, Red, White, and Bills, and Chill Sell Bills. You can find all of that on there as well. You find out a little bit more about myself, too. Many people don't really know how I became a Bills fan. There's going to be stuff like that, how I became a Bills fan, stuff like pictures from events that I was at, such as the Hall of Fame, so a few photos of that where you have guys like Jim Kelly and Andre Reed, as well as our former owner and Ralph Wilson on there. And we're going to switch it up every few weeks. If you have any photos from Highmark Stadium or any photos related to the Buffalo Bills, shoot me a message on Instagram, and we will try to put that on our website. As well as if you are new to the podcast and you want to reach out to me. I would love to get to know you. I know that there's many Bills fans out there. I would love to reach out to you. And also, if you're interested in joining a group chat, I have a group chat that's going on now, and you can join me. I'll be messaging during the game. We can start a group chat and talk about your thoughts on the game as well. This has been the Go Bills podcast, and we will see you next time for another edition of the Go Bills podcast. That'll most likely be tonight around 9 or 10 o'clock with the Nickel City Mafia and Red, White, and Bills, depending on the outcome of the game, as well as the schedules for Jake, Mike, and Sean as well. We will keep you posted on that. You can find all the latest updates that we'll try and keep you updated on Instagram as well as on the website as well. As soon as I find out more information, I will put that message out as well. But this has been the Go Bills podcast. We'll see you next time for another edition of the Go Bills podcast. Until then, go Bills. And as always, be safe and healthy